I'm only showing this off as evidence that this is true, just in case I get called out for it.
Of the green Peter, he is not distracted because there is right now a deer sucking off another.
Now you saw that deer sucking off another deer, and it wasn't a pornographic video. The video, the context of it was humorous. It's a meme, right? It's a meme compilation. I know what people like Highlander are thinking. That's cringe that you're watching a meme compilation. Well, okay. I don't really have a response to that. Anyway, this is school on Friday, the 7th of January 2022. I forgot to mention in yesterday's video that I was reading volume 6 of Daredevil. Also, comic reviews are done. I'm not doing them again, except for probably some circumstances will be different. Because comics are too complicated to do reviews. That's the same reason why I would never put a comic on like a Christmas list. But anyway, so 1 to 5 were fine, but number 6, and I thought this would be the entire book, but it turns out it was just the start, maybe it was the middle. But there's a bit where they're in this courthouse because there's this guy who was part of a racist organization, but he wasn't in the group for racism. Let's just call it the KKK. They don't call themselves KKK. It's like Serbian something. But I'm just gonna call it KKK for now. He joined the KKK just for like the barbecues and going bowling and all that. And then he left as soon as it started to actually get political. But the police arrest him on, because he's a member. They arrest him for hate crime. Say he beat up a black guy. When really, he didn't beat up a black guy. It was someone else that was part of the KKK that did it. And it happened after he left. So then they're in the courthouse, and turns out the judge is actually a member of the KKK, and he pulls out a gun and tries to kill the guy. And then the bailiff is part of the KKK, and then the cops show up, and they're also part of the KKK, and literally everyone in the building, bar a few, are members of the KKK, because this was released somewhere between 2015 and 2018, when Marvel decided to go political, because a bunch of feminists who don't read comics at all and aren't interested in them at all, bar superhero movies and shows, they complained. And, they complain about there's no Muslim superheroes. So Marvel created a Muslim superhero, Miss Marvel. She's the protagonist. Well, the first person you play as in the Avengers game from 2020. And she is the next person they gotta show after She-Hulk. So we have Hawkeye, then She-Hulk, then Miss Marvel. I have to keep on pausing. People keep on saying stuff and doing stuff, but whatever. So after the main Miss Marvel, and they decided we better be careful, so we're gonna create more political stuff. And I guess that's part of one of the things they decided to do, but basically saying that racism is everywhere in America. That's not true. I would have been fine with it if it was entertaining, but it wasn't entertaining because it was just the fact that everyone in it is racist just for away the suspense of it, because you'll see someone and Daredevil will go, "Oh, is this person racist? Can I trust this person?" Um, and then predictably the answer is no, you cannot trust that person. That person is a racist. So, like I said, if it was well done, it would have been fine, but nah. Anyway, in English, we finished Act 3 of the play that we were doing. There are 4 acts, so once Act 4 is done, I'm going to start doing script reviews, because I read scripts for entertainment. I know that sounds crap, but I like to have excuses to what's the word? To re-experience things. Like, for example, I only like doing things once, so watching a particular movie once, but if it's a really good movie, say The Suicide Squad, I'll read the script, because it's not doing the same as rewatching the movie. So I don't consider it wasting my time, and I get to see I also get to get a better understanding of the movie, and also, especially since the movie is hilarious, get to see hilarious writing. But that'll be a while. I participated a lot in class because I was able to remember a lot of the stuff, because it's really good. But I'll get in that when I actually review it. In media, the teacher said that I don't want anyone saying I don't know. Yes, do know. This time I did know, but don't say that I don't know, because don't say that I do know, because if I say I don't know, I don't know. If I say I don't know, it means you're talking a lot of bollocks. Anyway, The Scarlet Letter 1934. Universally negative ratings. I watched on YouTube. It's bad. Here's the point where I have to spoil an upcoming video. I watched this because The Scarlet Letter is the book that we are reading in school. And I think, what the problem is. I decided to watch this because I might have mentioned this yesterday in the video. But I thought that if I watched the movie, and even if I didn't like it, when it came to reading the book, I might understand the book better. But no, the film was crap. I only ever understood 10 minutes of the movie. And even then, most of those 10 minutes seemed irrelevant to the story. It was 2 different scenes. One scene was where the main character's daughter was getting mud thrown at her. I understand that. And then there's another scene where a guy asks a guy to pretend to ask this girl to marry him, only to turn around and try and marry someone else. I can't really describe it well. But as far as I can tell, it had nothing to do with the story. This is Twitter as of 14 past 5 p.m. Reminder that if the Lord of the Rings films had been made today, Aragorn would have been a woman, but Arwen still a she-elf. Frodo and Sam would have been gay. Gandalf black, and the only white male actors in the entire cast would have been Denethor, Grima, and Saruman. Hashtag wokeness. And this is trending because people are responding to this tweet saying, that's ridiculous. That would never happen. Well, guess what? It would. You know why I know it would? Because last year, for the official Lord of the Rings convention thing, they had a a timetable put out for all the events that are going to happen for the 2021 Lord of the Rings convention, and it was like how the orcs or whatever are racist. Like, it was actually blowing up. Marcus made a video on it. Foundation Economic Education made a video on it. This is a video from the 18th of June 2021 where Marcus is talking about the schedule for TolkienCon, I think it's called. So, 1. Gondor and Transition, a brief introduction to transgender realities in Lord of the Rings. Well, here's the thing. The Lord of the Rings was written in the 50s. So, I don't even think that, like, it was even thought of for a man to become a woman or a woman to become a man. So, no. Not true. The problem of pain portraying physical disability in the fantasy of J.R.R. Tolkien. I don't know about that. Burnt Hand teaches most about fire, applying traumatic stress and ecological frameworks to narratives of displacement and resettlement across cultures in Tolkien's Middle-earth. The Invisible Other, Tolkien's dwarf women, and the feminine lack. Projecting Indian myth, culture, and history onto Tolkien's worlds. The loss of identity and anti-racism. Problematic perimeters of Elrond, half Elven, and Ronald English Catholic, and hearkening to the other, whatever. But you get the point. The title of this video is Lord of the Rings goes woke beyond parody. So, to everyone who, and I know that I'm immediately going to get shut down because it's on record multiple times that I really do not like The Lord of the Rings. And I've only read the first book, watched the first Hobbit movie, watched the first Lord of the Rings movie, and read the Hobbit book. But I can still understand whether or not this is true or not. And is this schedule a bunch of crap? Yes. But if the Lord of the Rings films were to be made today, would it be, Sam Frodo gay, Gandalf Black, etc.? Yes. Like, that's... yeah. What did the time loop storyline better? Heaven Sent or Eve of the Daleks? Be honest, I didn't really like Heaven Sent, but I'm gonna bet you that Heaven Sent is better than Eve of the Daleks. I haven't seen it, and I probably won't, depending on what season it is, because I'm not gonna watch season 11, or sorry, season 12. I'm gonna skip on season 13 to see what Flux is all about, and also to see if I like John Bishop's character. I know he's just a companion and not the Doctor, but whatever. The Matrix was better when it was an allegory about cutting your dick off. Yeah, that's what Resurrections is all about, apparently. I haven't seen it yet, but I guarantee you there's going to have no evidence of that happening whatsoever. And so, faced with the choice of failure, burning the liver being crushed, in a collapsing tower, I jumped. You call that terror? 20 years later, a guy dressed like a Viking walked into the Capitol building and stole the podium. Oh my gosh, is that how so many people died? No, that was the vaccine. It's D&D night in the city. I drew 4 cards from my deck, many fangs, and did not get absolutely. I'm not sure if that ever happened before. Cuisine. Stop bullying me for my small life. I couldn't afford a larger model. This is poor shaming. I'm drunk and thinking about the baller mad lads I'm going to do this year. Going to focus on shorter ones for the next few months, but I have some huge ones planned. But also have a bunch of videos planned on crap I find interesting. Can we get any hints of what's to come? Say names and I will confirm if they are on the list or not. I won't say when or if I will actually do them. I'll just say if they're on the list. You guys, I guess, honestly don't understand how much I love my job. Doing Mad Lads is so fun. You know what? I want to see Steve Irwin because let's be honest, that bloke was a legend on the list. Might even dress like him. Can't wear shorts, otherwise you're a monster Pringle. I don't know what happened there. A known issue. Marcus finally confirmed they sound like King Kong. I'm literally splitting future Mad Lads and you all still horny. To be clear, I'm only saying if they're on the list, I'm not saying when I'm doing them. Could be next week, could be next year, who knows. Also, just because they're on the list doesn't mean they will stay there. Got a very important email in a mere 12 days. I'll be in possession of the good chair. Didn't use the dining room anyway, decided to turn it into fun. You're so lucky to have room for just your two kids to play together. Listen here, you little crap.